So Bitcoin is sitting at 95,500 right now, and it did drop towards 95,000 area today, and it is really fighting. It went all the way towards 94,500. But those are wicks. Right now, the body of the candles are still above $95,000. And this is nothing surprising. We were here somewhere yesterday when I told you that the support is at $95,000 and a $5,000 drop is a very healthy correction. It's nothing serious, and that's why Ethereum on the opposite side reacted in that way. Am I making Ethereum video today? Oh, I am. Okay. So Ethereum, when it went down, it pumped higher from where it had dropped, which means that the $5,000 drop is not that kind of crazy drop for Bitcoin anymore, because Bitcoin used to react with these kind of drops from 3,000, and if we talk about 2020, it was $1,000. So with the passage of time, as the price has gone bigger, the amount of dollar drop has gone bigger, just because that in percentage it kind of remains the same. Like if you look at a stock market, when they say stock market crashed by $1.3 trillion, it would sound really big, but we are not sitting in 2001. We are sitting in 2024, right? Now you are seeing companies that are over $1 trillion, and a $1 trillion company on its own, if you hear sounds, it's my cat. $1 trillion company on its own was a concept that didn't exist for quite long, until we saw first company to be $1 trillion, then we saw the second, the third, and then it started kind of becoming a thing. Now I think we have like 10 organizations or a bit more that are over $1 trillion. So it's natural that in terms of percentage, now the drops in the stock market would be big. Same is the concept with Bitcoin. $5,000 is a very healthy correction. If you want to look at it from summer prices, when Bitcoin was around $60,000 or lower, 50s, take it as a $2,000 or $3,000 drop. It's not that dramatic. But the actual correction for Bitcoin that I have mentioned yesterday as well, that I'm expecting, is of $15,000. So from 100K, we are talking about a journey towards 85. And so far, Bitcoin has only delivered on the newly created top, double top, one top, second. This was just created today. So by the time I arrived, it was already there, and it has already tested the neckline as well, and it has failed. Now I'll explain that a bit. So this was the neckline of this double top, and it went down. When I say tested, let me show you what it means. Is that, just a second. So you see this neckline is around 95,800, something like that, almost 95,888. So what happens is that Bitcoin will go up and test it to see if it can break this neckline and start an upward journey. But this neckline that was the support has now turned into resistance, which means that every time it touches, it bleeds. It continues with the downward journey if it is not able to break this resistance. So temporarily, Bitcoin, if I have to give you a rounded number, it needs to go above $96,000 to indicate that it is done with the drop and now it wants to go up. If it is not able to break above $96,000, that will indicate that it is not able to break above the neckline, which is not a major resistance or anything, but it is a resistance because we created a double top, and it's a double top on 4 hours, by the way. I was showing it on hourly so you could see it. So if it is not able to break above $96,000, that's going to indicate that this thing is failing. This thing is failing with the upward journey, and now Bitcoin is on a downward journey. So even though it's sitting at $95,000, it is holding the support area. But for me at this stage, my concern is with the $96,000. If it doesn't break above 96, I would expect it to go towards 90. And of course, for the overall journey, I'm expecting a drop towards $85,000. But that depends on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is in the mood to have the full journey, or is it only the $5,000 drop and it wants to continue with the upward rally that it has been doing for quite a while. But when you look at it, the overall movements of Bitcoin, they are becoming bigger and bigger. This is something I have shared previously as well. The candle sizes, they have dramatically enlarged. If you look at it now, the candles are bigger in their sizes in comparison to the past. This is past, small candles, and way upward journey. And this is the current case scenario. It's basically the troubled area. And the trouble area starts from $85,000. This is 85. The reason for that is that it requires aggressive investments, which means that it requires big boys. When the candle size are big, that means that there are so many contributors. Of course, this is a manipulative concept, so you can argue against it. But that generally means big funds coming in and causing these big ass candles, and the fluctuations that you see on the both sides, the green and the red, they're bigger in size in comparison to the previous ones. So that basically shows you that you have entered an area where the warfare that is going to happen, it's going to be radical and it's going to be big, which can lead to bigger drops the moment it starts dropping, because the overall hold is not going to be that strong. So when we started this journey at $66,000, the candle sizes were small and we were on upward journey. So we would have small candles like this and then shoot up, and small candles like this and shoot up. Now the candles are big. Of course, they're going up as well, but there are no shoot ups at all. If you look at it, the shoot ups and everything has gone. It's actually spending days as it's a very slow movement from 85, and this is a very aggressive movement. So if we talk about time, I would not stretch this video any further. This is already 7 minutes. The journey above 85 started on 11 November. Okay, so today is what, 25? So we can say almost 15 days. This is 15 days spent to have a journey of 15K. But if you look at the journey from 66K to 85K, that's not that much time. It started on 4th of November. So from 4th of November till 11th of November, that's 7 days. So it moved up way more. So 85 minus 66, if we call it 65, that's $25,000 $20,000 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it moved $20,000 up in 7 days. But for the next 15K, it took how much time? It took from 11 to 25, we said that's 25 days. We said how many days? Sorry. We said 15 days. So it took double time, 2 weeks. So for the first $20,000 movement of Bitcoin, it took 7 days. But for the next 15K, smaller amount of movement, it took 2 weeks. That just shows that the overall energy and momentum in Bitcoin is kind of facing trouble. And the reason is simple. It's at a higher price. At higher prices, things are difficult. And I'm sorry for taking so much time. I had to just explain the concept, and that's why I ended up making a longer video. Anyway, you know what to do. By the time you watch the video, you would know what to do. If it's not above 96, it's going towards 90 and eventually towards 85. It's above 96, then it is done with this correction and it's going to go up. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.